Everyone was looking forward to the tournament qualifiers. Goku arrives on Earth after talking to Whis and solving his doubts in a part. From this moment, all they could do was wait. Everyone was excited and anxious for the great battle to begin. There was still some days left for the tournament to start, so Goku and the others decided to train a little more until there were only 2 days left. And in those 2 days they would rest, so that they had all the energy to fight. Frieza, the great emperor of evil, was too anxious to be able to wait until the day that the qualifiers would start. And then, to meet his need for combat, he traveled around the universe finding some planets where they simply destroy them, thus letting the days pass a little less boring. In other universes, several warriors prepared to give their all to increase their powers. In a distant universe, some warriors decide to get together so that they can make a mini-tournament among themselves so that they can expand their powers. In another one, the beings from that place just waited patiently. And everything was being meticulously planned for this incredible tournament to be held to decide who would be the new gods of destruction of the universes. Hey, how's it going? Just here to remind you to click the like button and subscribe here to the channel so you don't miss any videos and stay well inside our entire universe of Dragon Ball. Let's get back to the point. A few days passed, and Goku is already at his house with his wife Chi-Chi and his youngest son Goten. Broly had gone to stay at Goku's house while they wait for the day that the qualifiers would start. Krillin arrives on an unexpected visit with Gohan and Piccolo, and everyone decides that they would go to the riverside so that they could have a moment of leisure and getting to relax a little first of all. Arriving there, everyone is happy and excited, but Broly is just sitting, watching the river pass, watching the birds, the trees, the grass, and all the animals that they were there. Broly looked sad. At that moment, Goku approaches and the two begin to talk. Goku says, "Hey Broly, how's it going? You seem to be upset about something." And Broly answers, "No, it's not a big deal." Goku continues to say, "Sure, everyone is happy and excited, but you're sitting here very quietly. What happened?" Broly then starts to say, "I don't know if I should be here. My powers drive me crazy sometimes and I'm dangerous." Goku watches and says, "I understand, but don't you remember anything that happens when you're in that form?" Broly responds, "Most things don't, but I see some flashes in my mind of some things that happened." Goku looks seriously at Broly. "Hey, you don't have to be like that. Let's figure out a way to help you control your powers." At that moment, Broly says, "Goku, I remember something that happened in a time chamber. I remember seeing a Super Saiyan with a different form, and suddenly a flash, and I don't remember anything else." Goku is surprised and says, "It was just me, you, and Vegeta. I'm sure there was no one else there." Broly is confused and says, "It felt so real. I'm sure I saw a strange figure that I had never seen before. That was a Saiyan." Goku gets thoughtful and suddenly says, "I don't think there really was someone else there but us, but I'll try to figure out something." With these doubts, they continue to wait for the day of the qualifiers. And the days passed slowly. There were only 2 days left for the qualifiers to start. Hit! The assassin from Universe 6 is finishing his training. He had obtained incredible powers, and at that moment he was going to a planet where several warriors from Universe 6 would meet. Saiyans from that universe, Jiren, so they wait until the long-awaited day. On planet Earth, all the warriors go to Bulma's house, and there they gather. On planet Earth, all the warriors go to Bulma's house, and there they gather so they can wait. In the other universes, everyone starts to gather in specific places so that they can reach the tournament site together. Meanwhile, Frieza continued having fun destroying some planets, so that time passed faster, for he was eager to become the god of destruction. Frieza has just landed on an unknown planet where several families resided, simple-minded beings who watched the evil emperor approach, and then the leader of that community appears. Frieza arrives next to them. The leader arrives next to receive him and says, "Welcome, my good sir, to our humble home, where we can serve you." "Welcome, my good sir, to our humble home so that we can serve you." Frieza then starts laughing. And he responds, "That's right. I want you to serve me, but I have no interest in you, so just die." At this moment, Frieza shoots a blast of energy that crosses the chest of the leader, and everyone starts desperately running away. Frieza fires numerous attacks, wiping out most of the inhabitants. Some manage to run away and hide. Frieza starts to fly, and while flying through the sky stops and observes everything around him and says, "I will not waste my time looking for each one of you. I will exterminate you all." And then Frieza starts to rise, flies higher, raises his hand with the tip of his finger and starts to laugh. As a sphere of energy begins to form, that power takes on absurdly gigantic proportions, and with an evil laugh, "More fireworks!" he hurls it at the planet. Right now, we can watch that little world break up into little pieces. And so Frieza, Emperor of the Universe, destroys yet another race. When approaching slowly and possible to see, Frieza amidst the wreckage as if nothing had happened. His eyes filled with evil looks ecstatic for destruction. He says, "What beautiful fireworks!" After which, he raises his arm and contemplates the magnitude of his powers. Back for the planet Earth, we can observe all the warriors gathered, and we see Gohan surprised as he asks, "Dad, then the other warriors of our universe were called, which we still don't know." And Piccolo completes saying, "Goku, you could have at least asked Whis how the warriors were summoned, so that we don't even have a surprise." Goku, embarrassed, in response, "I kind of forgot. He hit me with the staff on my head, so I didn't have time to ask." At this point, Vegeta looks over and just sighs. Trunks and Goten run over and ask Gohan, "Big brother, can I participate too? There will be very strong guys there." Gohan bends down, puts his hand on his head, and says, "You can't go there because all the warriors have already been summoned. But maybe in the next one we can take you. In the meantime, train and get very strong." Goten gets a little upset but manages to understand and says motivated, "I'll try hard, and next time I'll be stronger than you." I will wait. And Vegeta, he walked from one side to another with his little daughter in his arms and said, "Why did this bunch of idiots have to come here?" And acting a little goofy, he says, looking at his daughter, "They're disturbing the great little princess of all Saiyans to sleep." Then they come across with Bulma looking at him. At this moment, he immediately regains all his Saiyan pride and says, "Take her, Bulma. She wants to sleep." Handing her daughter in Bulma's arms, turning her back with a flushed face, crossing her arms and walking away. Bulma lets out a slight smile and says to her little daughter, "Dad is so affectionate, right? But he has to maintain a macho attitude." Time continues to pass, and a few hours later, it wasn't long before they went to the tournament qualifiers. Everyone was gathered there, awaiting anxiously for the time to go to arrive. And then Whis arises in that spot. And then he starts to say, "Gentlemen, are you all here? It's time to go." The Z warriors say goodbye to their families, and together with Whis, they leave. Sometime later during the trip, they were making a cosmic cube. Goku asks Whis, "When will this tournament take place, Mr. Whis?" And Whis responds, "The tournament will be had in an empty universe. Lord Zerno himself provided it so that all warriors can present all their skills. We have already built the arena, and now we are just taking everyone to start." And finally, the long-awaited moment arrives. As the warriors approach, they observe a gigantic construction wandering in the middle of the empty universe. And they begin to observe that there were already several warriors from various universes, and there would be the place where a spectacular battle would begin. To be continued. Which warriors will participate in the knockout phase of the tournament? What will happen now that the tournament is about to start? Regardless of what it is more than important that you already expose it here in your comments so that we can enter into that crazy debate. Click the like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos, and that's it for the video. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.